Here we are, guys. We got the Battle of the Elks here. I did revisit the previous Old Elk that I've had for a while. I got it from Sam's Club, I think in 2023, early 2024. It is a Sam's Club pick. There's the mash bill. I'm not sure if the camera's getting all that. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see the bottle and my face at the same time. Not sure how well I'm doing here. Hopefully you can catch it all. Um, Again, I did revisit this. Not good. It's not terrible. Starts off with wheat. You get a little sweet from the wheat, and then it just turns into this leather funky. Like, I don't mind leather. Actually, I actually enjoy leather on the finish, but it just turned into this weird funk. I'm not sure who was picking the Sam's Club barrels at that time. I remember having a Woodford Double Oak Sam's Club pick around the same time that was $5 more than the Shelfer, and I preferred the Shelfer, so it was kind of a win-win. So this is why I was unable to really give Old Elk another try. However, after seeing a bunch of them arrive, a bunch of different versions arrive in one of my local shops, I was looking through their mash bills, looking at the combinations of the blends, and thought, these some of these look kind of fun. Some of these look like they might be kind of tasty. The price point for some of them, in my mind, was a little high for a risk. Not egregious, maybe like between 80 and 100, but for me, that's like, well, it's a little risky for just a maybe, and especially since I didn't really care for the other bottle that I've had. I've had this for probably 3 years around then, and you can see it's half gone, and I'm sure some of that went to mixing and another ounce or two to revisit for this little challenge. Now, this guy, I just picked this up recently within the last week. Very surprised. I'm actually gonna go in, and I just had a very small splash of it. I'm gonna do another pour of it, do a quick review for you guys. Apparently, I have caught the attention of the Old Elk Instagram page, which is kind of flabbergasting, if that's a word. Very cool. I hope they enjoyed the review. Was very, very pleased with the nose on this, the palate on this. Really fun. Really fun. Let's go in. There it is again. Awesome. So up front is dill and mint, and then I get wheat, and then there's maybe some red candy in there. I really like the nose on this. It's not overpowering, and I get almost no ethanol. Yeah, definitely dill forward. That's great. All right, just going for a sip. So this is just as good as the small sip I had. I think it was last night or the night before. So really fun. It alternates. It's kind of a like wheat bread with dill and mint and maybe white pepper on it, and it alternates a couple of times back and forth between those, and goes right into a little bit of leather and oak, and then kind of fades away. So maybe a mid finish. Really fun. I really enjoy that. This was a great pickup. I believe the MSRP on this was $60. So really good value for me. I will definitely revisit this bottle. I'll probably have to tell some of my buddies. I'm sure that some of them are a little snobby. That's okay. I love them. They're awesome. They pick great whiskey. So I'm gonna have to show them the error of their ways. I don't think Old Elk is on their radar, which is nothing against Old Elk. It's just it hasn't really been prominent on the shelves around my area. And now that there's more of it, I'm gonna point it out to them for sure. This thing has some pretty good legs in the glass. I will say this isn't overly oily. I do like a thicker mouthfeel. However, if you like a lower proof whiskey, this guy I think is 108, 108.4. So if you like a lower proof whiskey, say in the 90s, this drinks well below its proof point, and it doesn't have that super thick, heavy mouthfeel that some people don't like. Like I said, I prefer a thicker mouthfeel, more viscous. Viscous, that's a good word. But some people don't like that. So if you don't like a thicker mouthfeel and you like a lower proof point, this is going to be your jam for sure. I would say that revisiting my notes from I believe it was last night or the night before, I gave this a 7.5 out of 10. You're probably thinking 7.5 doesn't sound awesome. However, 7.5 put this in very good, right? And remember, this is a $60 bottle of whiskey, and I didn't like the last one that I had. So that thing is, I'm not even going to rate that. I don't want to drink any more of it. But this is fantastic for $60. I would highly recommend. Check it out. I like rye and I like wheat, so that's kind of why I picked this bottle up. It had both banged up on the front of the bottle, so I like the blend. Whoever did this is Greg. I'm not going to pronounce your last name because I'm going to butcher it. Great blend, man. You're definitely good at what you do. Like I said, 7.5 out of 10. I will say the value is pretty good. The nose and the palate on this are both very good, really enjoyable. The mouthfeel for me is a little bit thinner than I like. Not super thin, but a little thinner than I like. So it lost a little bit there, and it lost a little bit on the finish. I would have preferred a longer, more powerful finish. When it turned to the leather and oak, it sort of faded out pretty quick, and I would have liked to stretch it out a little bit more. Maybe stretch out the back and forth of the dill and the wheat and the mint. Maybe like almost like a pickle sandwich, no cucumber, just dill. Can't have pickles without cucumbers, can you? It's a really bad analogy. It's a terrible analogy, but that's what my mind immediately went to, was a pickle sandwich with mint and maybe some white pepper sprinkled in there. Just kind of fun. But yeah, this is definitely an enjoyable bottle. Probably going to be a good time. It's going to be fun, right? So I hope you guys enjoy this review. If you have any comments on some more value bottles you'd like to see reviewed, or maybe some mid rangers or $100 bottles you want to see reviewed, put it down in the comments. I'll see if I either have it or maybe I can get a hold of it in the future, or maybe you see something in my collection in the background you want reviewed. Who's to say? But we'll see you guys in the next video.